Hello friends, hello students. My name is Pramod Kumar and I am going to teach you the vibration of a string. This is the subject, this is the topic in the mechanical vibration, and we'll we'll see what we are going to what things we are going to have in this vibration of a string. So syllabus is vibration of string, and here the objective of that will of the lecture will be the solution of wave equations, and using all those equations part we have already seen, and we'll have the clear objective of clear um, clarity on that wave equations and all. So solution of the wave equations we have already seen. That means in the last two lectures, the equation of motion of lateral vibration of a string, longitudinal vibration of a rod, and torsional vibration of shaft were carried out using the Newton's law and the Hamiltonian principle. In all these three cases, the equation of motion of the system reduces to that of wave equation, which can be given in this equation. So this is the wave equation, where c square is the different cases are given in the following table. So lateral vibration or torn testing T upon mu, and longitudinal vibrations, that will be c square will be E into rho, and torsional vibrations rod will be G upon rho. So to find the different equations separated by the using the following equations, so u will be given this term, so where phi x is known as mode shape, and the system qt is known as the time modulation. So the equation 1, this equation, previous equation, will be reduced into this form. Since the left side of the equation 4, this equation 4 is independent of the time t, and the right hand side is independent of time x, equality holds for all the value of t and x. Hence each side must be constant, as right hand side term equal to a constant. It implies that acceleration term d2x upon dt square is proportional to the displacement term in qt. One may take the proportionality constant equal to minus omega square to have a simple harmonic motion in the system. If one takes a positive constant, the response will grow exponentially and make the system unstable. Hence one may write equation 4 as this case. So here 1 by phi upon 1 by q and minus omega squared. So this equation can be reduced in this form. So solution of that wave equations will be given into this. We'll have to find the solution. So let's examine. Let's have this one qt as this solution, c1 sine omega t and c2 cos omega t. If you put that one into the equations, you'll get the equations in this, and phi x will be into a sine omega by c x, and b is cos omega c by x. So hence here the solution will be in this form. So this is in sine and cosine form. So utx will be a sine omega x and b cos omega by c x. So this is the equations. Finally we will get that equation. So the coefficient a and b will be determined from the boundary conditions, and the coefficient c1 and c2 will be evaluated from the initial conditions. Now let us consider several example to study the free vibration response of the string, longitudinal vibration of a rod, and torsional vibration of shaft. So to find the mode shape of the string fixed at both ends, and the solution will be given in this term. So for the fixed end, and the displacement at both ends are 0, so u0t will be 0 and ult will be 0. This implies that phi the 0 will be 0 and phi l will be 0. So in this case, and this is the conditions, where this is the boundary conditions. Using that boundary conditions, we can solve the equation. So from the previous equations, phi x will be given like this was a sine omega by c pi, and b cos omega by c pi. So substituting equation a and b, a into c, and we obtained and obtained b equal to 0. Now substituting b and d in the equation c, we will have these equations. Now here constant a is equal to 0, as this will lead to the virtual travel solution of the system. Hence sine omega by c l equal to 0, sine, and the solution of that will be sine n pi, where n will be 1 2 3 to infinity, and omega by c equal to n pi by l, where omega will to n pi by l under root t by m, and the mode shape is given by phi x a sine n by L, and hence the string will have a number of frequencies. That fundamental frequency can be given by omega n, and omega will be given by pi by L under root 3 by m. The overtone are high multiples of fundamental frequencies, so it may be noted that the frequency of the string depends on the three factors: tension in a string, mass per unit length of the string material, and the length of the string. And the musical instrument, as m is constant, is kept as constant. So artists vary the length of the string to find mixture of different tones. So equation 14 represents the eigenmodulus of the fixed string. Hence one may write the frequencies equations are like this one, and eigenfunction for the string fixed at both ends as this one. It may be noted in equation 15 here, the constant a1 as arbitrary, and like in the case of multi-degree of freedom system, here one may normalize the eigen mode by using the following expression, this one as the equation whatever is given in our equation of 17. It may be recalled in the weighted model matrix. This one PMP double dot equal to 1. Similarly, to normalize the eigenfunction on the equation 17. So in this case, substituting equation 16, 17, we obtain this case where we have to integrate from 0 to L, and with that one we'll get the solution sine of square theta equal to 1 by 2 1 minus cos theta. So and here solving again solving this one, so we can get the function in this way, and a 1 by 2 a square rho L equal to 1, and where a square will be a by 2 by rho L. Hence the normalized mode of lateral vibration of the string are given in this function, where pi x will be under root 2 by rho L sine n pi L by upon L n pi. As it is observed in the multi-degree freedom system, the eigenmodes are orthogonal here, and it can be shown that eigenfunctions are orthogonal, and the equations will be written in this case. And recalling that 1 by 2 upon where we integrate the 0 to L, 1 by 2 and cos r pi upon L s pi by L x minus cos r pi upon L plus s pi L into dx. So solution of the wave equations will be in this form, where here if r equal to not s, then it will be 0, and if r will be s, then it will be the solution of that will be 1, where r equal to, when r will equal to s, then 1 by 2 equal to this. In this equations we just put into r equal to n, we'll get that means here the solution as a 1. Here, hence we can write this integral where at r equal to r and s equal to 1, where del r is a canonical delta function, and in this one we verify this equation, and with that one we'll get omega r square del rs, where omega r square equal to r square of pi square by L square. This shows the orthogonality proportion. Now we'll come to the lateral vibration of Euler beam. Lateral vibration of Euler beam are discussed by Euler in 1744 and Daniel Bernoulli 1751, and this equation below given and introduced by the Jacob Bernoulli 1789. Here you can see that means this is the Euler Bernoulli beam. This is you can call it one is supported over here, and this is fixed over here, and it's supported over here, and there is elemental length dx at the distance x, and there is having a one velocity, that displacement u in the y direction. This is the free body diagram. This is the diagram of Euler beam. Now we'll get the free body diagram of that beam. Here if there will be some longitudinal load over here, there will be some other restrict load in this case. There will be some momentum in this way, so there will be the momentum to raise that motion. And when the deflection uxt of the beam is assumed to be due to the bending, then the beam is called as an Euler beam. Euler beam, from the strength of material, it is known that m equal to ei del of u upon dx2, where Vx t dm upon dt will be given, So this is the solution of the wave equations, where y is the direction net force Fy, and applying Newton's second law, m d2u upon t square upon this one will be given, where m is the mass per unit length of the beam, and this equation is the wave equations, and we have already know that all wave equations can be solved using the MATLAB if it is difficult to solve using the manually. So these are the equation, these are the exercise problem. They derive the equation of motion using from the Hamiltonian principle. Here the T will be the kinetic energy. The kinetic energy will be to half mva square. So here rho is given, rho is taken. That means mass per unit volume is taken as, and u dot is the velocity, and dx velocity square, and you just integrate it. So kinetic energy of that will be half into EI del u upon t del u del 2 u upon dx dou x square whole square dx, and the potential energy. Essentially the problem, the vibration of a one dimensional structure member can be described as linear hyperbolic partial differential equations, where L will be given by 1 by c square dou omega by dt square. So boundary condition of the geometric configurations are dielectric or geometric boundary conditions. Boundary condition of the forces, moment or human or natural boundary conditions is discussed. Combination of the two types of mixed boundary conditions. These are the boundary conditions for the transverse vibration beam of a beam. So clamped in the clamped beam, where this is the fixed one, so the deflection will be there, but slope will be 0. So y0t will be 0, and ylt will be 0, dy upon dx will be 0, dy upon dx at the right hand side will be 0. So pin beam deflection and momentum will be is given like this one. So y, that means deflection at L, t will be 0, left hand side, dl y L at t upon v will be 0, and the acceleration dou 2 upon the slope, so the curve will be given by dou 2u upon dou x2 will be 0, and at the left hand side, and as well as right hand side. So for the slider, slope and shear will be 0, and then dou u upon dx will be 0, and right hand side, and dou 2q upon y upon dx q will be 0, and here du upon dx will be 0, and dou q upon dou q y upon dx q will be 0 at the right hand side. So these are another boundary conditions for the free rod, where the moment and shear will be 0. So dou u upon dx2 will be 0, dou q y upon dx q will be 0, and in the left hand side and right hand side this will be again 0. Mass m and moment of inertia jp for this one will be 0, and for the left hand side this is the case where ei dou u upon dx square is to minus jp, dq upon dx and dt square will be equal, and here in the right hand side, even left hand side will be this form, and right hand side the negative term will not be there, but the same thing will be there, but not negative terms. For the damper and a spring constant, and for the damper and a spring system, this is the damper, this is the spring, where k term will be of the spring and the c term will be of the damper. And see, we know that the damper is a function of damping is function of velocity, so velocity term is taken over here, and this is the spring constant is spring force, stimulus force will be the proportional to the displacement, so displacement term is taken over here. This is a negative in sign in the left hand side, but in right hand side this will be positive, but the deflection will be in 0 in this left hand side as well as in right hand side. These are the books, these are the reference books, and these are the textbook. This is the reference book, but the main link is the NPTEL, which is the link of that one, which is given over here. You can you can go and see this subject. If you have a doubt, you can simply go and see this reference and get yourself clear. So in this class we have studied, we get to know about the application of Hamiltonian as well Hamiltonian on the Bernoulli's beam, that beam which already have which we already solved in the previous in the theorem strength of material. But here, to understand the vibration of that beam, we have solved the wave equation using the Hamiltonian principle. Thank you.